Hello 8th graders, this is Byjus 6th, 7th and 8th channel and I am SAURABH. Let me welcome you to the series we call as Rapid Revision, the last lap, where we cover chapter under 30 minutes. Full chapter under 30 minutes and today's the chapter is friction. Yes, आज है दिन friction का. Simple chapter, easy chapter. इस चैप्टर का बेसिक्स कवर हुआ है आज एंड अ फुल चैप्टर विल कम इन ग्रेड 11. सो इट्स अ वेरी नाइस इंट्रोडक्शन. रेस्ट एवरीथिंग इज जस्ट नॉइज, इट्स ओके, बट दीज आर मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एग्जाम. सो लेट्स बिगिन फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट वन. What is friction and what are its causes? That, my friend, is our first topic. Frictional force and its causes. First thing someone can ask you is, bhai, what is frictional force? क्या है friction? ये तो बता दो. What is friction? Frictional force. It is a force which opposes relative motion between two objects. It's a contact force. दूसरी चीज है ना. तो frictional force क्या है? Frictional force opposes relative motion between two surfaces in contact. Why are we saying relative motion? क्यों ना हम motion बोल दें? क्या दिक्कत है motion में? यार motion भी तो एक ही बात है ना. We are saying relative motion because if both of my hands right now are moving together, what will you say? My right hand is in motion or not? Yes. My left hand is in motion or not? Yes, but both of my hands are moving with respect to each other. What are they doing? Are they moving or not? They are at rest. With respect to each other, ये वाला हाथ क्या बोलेगा? भाई तुम तो रेस्ट पे हो. So with respect to each other, they are at rest. That is the reason we say relative motion. एक दूसरे के respect में motion होना चाहिए. ठीक? Fine. So that's why this relative motion word is kept over here. Friction क्या है? फोर्स है, हमेशा अपोज करेगा किसको? रिलेटिव मोशन को. दैट्स फॉर श्योर, राइट? सो व्हेन टू सरफेसेस कम क्लोज टू ईच अदर, यू कैन से दे स्टार्ट ऐसे इंटरेक्शन हो जाएगा एक दूसरे को ना, ऐसे hills and valleys will interlock among each other. So we say interlocking of irregularities is one reason, correct? Because surfaces are not actually smooth. Very close, if you go microscopic, you will see the surfaces are rough and these irregularities, they interlock among each other. Second, बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन. जब दो सरफेसेस बहुत नजदीक आते हैं एक दूसरे के ना, देयर आर स्मॉल अट्रैक्टिव फोर्सेस व्हिच कम इन प्लेस. इसको हम बोलते हैं स्मॉल है ना, परमानेंट नहीं, टेम्पररी बॉन्ड्स बन जाते हैं. पहली चीज मतलब कैसे, पहला फैक्टर क्या है भाई? फ्रिक्शन क्या है? ऑपोजिंग फोर्स है. डिपेंड किस पे करता है? जितना रफनेस होगी ना. तो पहला यू कैन से नेचर ऑफ सरफेस. भाई सरफेस अगर रफ है, इफ सरफेस इज रफ, यू कैन वेरी श्योरली से फ्रिक्शन इज गोइंग टू बी मोर. इफ सरफेस इज स्मूथ, मींस इररेगुलरिटीज लेस, है ना. वो जो ऐसे था, इररेगुलरिटीज थी, वो थोड़ी कम हो गई हैं. तो आप बोल सकते हो क्या सरफेस स्मूथ है ना, तो इंटरलॉकिंग कम होगा तो फ्रिक्शन कम होगा. सो रफ सरफेस मोर फ्रिक्शन, स्मूथ सरफेस लेस फ्रिक्शन. सो इजी, राइट? नेक्स्ट इज इंटरेस्टिंग वर्ड, वी कॉल इट द नॉर्मल फोर्स. दैट्स व्हाई यू कैन से कि यार नॉर्मल फोर्स more friction. If normal force is more, if this pressing force between two surfaces is more, friction will be more. Less normal force, less friction. Very easy, correct? Okay. Types of friction. हाँ, from here lot of questions come. इस टॉपिक से ना बड़े सारे क्वेश्चन आते हैं और बड़े फ्रीक्वेंटली आते हैं. सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस रियली वेल, है ना. बहुत जरूरी है समझना इसको. टाइप्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन क्या है भाई? देखो, 3 टाइप्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन एंड we often tend to get confused. ज़्यादा कौन कम कौन. देखो पहली चीज, what is static friction? You are applying force on a body and the body is not moving. Why? You are applying force, the body should move, right? Because of Newton's laws of motion. If you think, if there is a net external force, the body should move. You can see your force being applied, but who is there who is opposing your force? Because the body is not moving, which means someone is cancelling your force. कौन है वो? Friction है वो, right? So that is friction. So static friction is if you are applying force on a body and the body doesn't move, that friction is called as static friction. कब तक लगेगा? जब तक body static रहेगी, रेस्ट पे रहेगी. Until the body is static or at rest, this friction will be called as static friction. थोड़ा सा friction डिक्रीज हो जाएगा, उसको हम बोलते हैं sliding friction. तो sliding friction कब आता है? Whenever a body is sliding, है ना, मूविंग ओवर अनदर सरफेस. जब एक बॉडी दूसरी सरफेस के ऊपर ऐसे स्लाइड करेगा, घिसटेगा, सो दैट्स फ्रिक्शन व्हिच वी कॉल एज द स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन, और यू कैन से काइनेटिक फ्रिक्शन, और यू कैन से डायनामिक फ्रिक्शन, है ना. स्लाइडिंग, काइनेटिक और डायनामिक, बहुत सारे नाम है. स्लाइडिंग इज द मोस्ट कॉमन. काइनेटिक, डायनेमिक, ठीक है. वैल्यू ऑफ स्लाइडिंग फ्रिक्शन इज कांस्टेंट. स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन का वैल्यू चेंज हो सकता था. इट वाज varying from 0 to a maximum value called as limiting friction. Sliding friction, the value is same, correct? When body surface moves relative to other surface is called as the sliding friction. Rolling friction क्या होता है? When an object rolls over a surface, जब एक object दूसरे surface पे roll करेगा, उसको हम बोलते हैं rolling friction. This red dots, these red bars are friction force. So static force, maximum value it reaches and then it decreases, है ना? So the decreased value is the sliding friction when the block starts to slide. Fine. Question is, why is sliding friction less? When a body is at rest, it is getting good amount of time to form bonds, to interlock, है ना? When a body is at rest, उसके पास अच्छा खासा टाइम मिल गया उसको इंटरलॉकिंग बनाने का और बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन के लिए. बट व्हेन अ बॉडी इज स्लाइडिंग, इट इज नॉट गेटिंग इनफ टाइम. व्हाई अ बॉडी इज स्लाइडिंग, इट इज ट्राइंग टू फॉर कैच, ओहो मिस हो गया. सो यू कैन थिंक ऑफ इट लाइक दिस. व्हेन अ बॉडी इज स्लाइडिंग, द अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम which these sliding surfaces get to form the bonds which will result in more friction is not much. So because of this reduced time, contact time, heavy say heavy object, I would have just pushed and the body would have started. Friction is a bad guy, no? Think again. Friction is a necessary evil. बुरा है but जरूरी है. Why? Think. Why is friction as a foe? Foe means enemy. Foe is enemy. Why is friction your enemy? Because of friction, your tires of your cycle, they get wear and tear and they become smooth. When the new tire comes, it has nice grips, nice cuts and everything. But after a few years, the tire goes like smooth, right? So this is because of friction. Your soles of your shoes, they get worn out because of friction. Because of friction, you have to change your machine parts. All of these are enemy, right? That's why friction, you don't like friction. You have to apply more force because of friction. So all of this is something you can say. Friction is opposing. But why is friction your friend? Everything you do is because of friction. You are able to walk because of friction. Imagine yourself standing on a floor made up of ice and trying to walk nicely the way you are walking in your school. Do you think you'll be able to? No. You'll just keep falling. So this is friction helping you out. You are able to write. You are able to hold the pen. You are able to hold a lot of things. You are able to do so many things. Car, buses, trains, everything. Brakes you are applying because of friction. So all of this is as a friend in bats. Next, wrestlers, weightlifters, they put this powder sort of a thing. But this powder is not the powder you are thinking. This powder is something else. It increases their, you can say, grip. Friction increases, fine. Decreasing friction. When do you say you can decrease the friction? See, one is putting powder on the carom boards. Because before the powder, the striker was kind of, it was just stopping after some time. But when you have powder, what's the difference? You just strike and goes like tuck, 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 tuck. It slides very nicely. So that powder is reducing the friction, and that's the reason you can say friction is decreased using powder on carom board. Lubrication, you can say. Fine. Next, we understand rolling friction is the least amount of friction and static friction is the max amount of friction. If it's possible, if you have two things which are sliding over each other, what if you place rollers in between them? Because rolling friction is less. Right? So in ancient times, what people did, they started putting logs of wood between things. So try moving your hand like this and then place your pen in between. Oh, this feels very good. So they thought maybe what if we convert sliding friction to rolling friction? It will reduce the friction on board. Increasing friction, making more grooves on rubber tires, on your shoe soles, using powder for weightlifting, using a grip in your bats. All of these are examples of increasing the friction. Explain why sportsmen use shoes with spikes. I have given you a good amount of hint. This is a homework for you. Come on. This is something I want to see in the comment section. In machinery parts. Come on, we understand this. Lubrication, Putting machine oil, putting grease, it reduces friction. Ball bearings converts sliding to rolling friction. Fine, homework question for you. But we are not done. Still, wait. We have one more topic to cover. We call it the fluid friction. See, till now, whatever we did, it was all about friction between two surfaces, two solid surfaces. But what about fluids like liquids, like air? Do air apply friction? Is it? Never saw, no? I mean, I'm breathing air, no friction. It depends. You won't realize the fluid friction right now the way we are doing it right now. But when you are traveling in a vehicle which is going with high speeds, there you feel that force on your face, on your body, right? That is what? That is the air friction, right? So fluid friction. The friction applied by the fluids, or the opposing force which you experience when you are moving through a fluid, right? That opposing force is called as the fluid friction. There is one more word we use for fluid friction, that is called as drag force. Fine. Okay. So fluid friction, yes, fluids apply friction super fast. So you will realize, okay, you will face so much force on your face. That is air only. Why is it that you are able to experience this friction now? Because your speed is too much. So it depends on speed. Speed more fluid friction. Second, it depends on nature of the medium. If you are moving through water and if you are moving through honey, honey is very thick, very viscous, right? Very dense. So you can say honey you will experience more frictional force. So it depends on density also. Fine. Okay. Third, shape of the object. I mean, if you are traveling in a car, I always tell this to all my students, if you're traveling in a car, just for science experiment purposes, open the window slightly and put little bit of your hand outside, obviously not in traffic. Please. So, you are going in a nice empty road, put slight hand outside, you will realize so much air is striking on your palm and your hand is going like, it's very difficult to control my hand, it's getting so much force because of air, right? But what if you change the orientation of your hand? Your hand is like this. Now you are able to keep your hand steady. You are reducing the amount of area. So it depends on shape of the object, and that is the reason airplanes, rockets, missiles, fast cars, bikes, birds, all of them have a unique shape. We call that shape streamlined shapes, right? Because you want to reduce the amount of friction experience. Fine. And with this, we are done with this small and nice chapter. Again, I'm telling you, in the description, you have a link. You have actually two links. One link is of notes of. Tell us in the comment section, and we'll see each other again. 3 things for you. Whatever I have given you, that is sure. But apart from that, what you have to do? First, revise this chapter, practice NCERT questions, exemplar questions. Apart from that, press the like button. What are you waiting for? Press the like button, share it to your friends, and subscribe to the channel along with the bell icon.